Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. All right, today's Mastermind quote of the day is from Booker T. Washington, and the quote is, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." To do a common thing in an uncommon way. Let's not forget that it's the small things, the everyday things that you build and create a foundation of greatness on. So don't overlook those common things and how you can do them in an uncommon way. So today I want to go ahead and jump right back into my conversation with Patrick Baker, the owner, founder, and creator of Bhood. And this guy, he's just unbelievable with his thoughts. If you listened yesterday, you got some of those thoughts. But I want you to really understand that this business that Patrick created, that we don't talk a lot of details about the business because we're having a mastermind, but the business he created started out of the back of his van, and it's now selling to the world. The Bhood apparel line, as I'm sure many of you have seen, it's selling to the world. It's all over the place. A massive store down in the Miracle Mile Mall in Vegas, as well as many other places. So without any further ado, let's get right back into our conversation. I hope you'll get some amazing stuff out of it. One of the things I love about what you're doing with Bhood is you're getting the message out, and I think because of the brand of the brand and things like this, people will pay attention, and as a result, they'll listen, right? Because getting people to listen to stuff like that, I mean, look, I've been doing events all over the world forever. Hundreds of thousands, we've probably done events to millions of people, and people don't get out of bed for personal development usually. Right. They want the money and because they're conditioned that way. But at the end of the day, it's like that the inner world is what's going to affect the outer world, and that if they don't seek that, they're not. But you got to get people to open up, and so I love that the brand actually gets people attention. But what's also funny about and this is so huge. You've been talking about frequency and vibration, but tell me what you think the trigger is, because I feel like when you start having that conversation about this, people feel it's right, and that's why they tie in.
Yeah. If I was to take you at 2, and I put you in a tribe, and they said, look, we're not going to teach you much, but we're going to teach you that if it raises the vibration, it's truth. If it lowers the vibration, it's not. Okay. Period. Yeah. When I tell my story, think about it. When I'm working, the main thing is telling the story. I tell my story probably 30, 40 times a day, every day, no matter where I'm at, right? Yeah. If I'm at the Vegas store, everybody that walks through the doors from somewhere around the world. Yeah. Anybody that says something to you, you can filter it through your own programs, your own belief system. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But if you're listening with the open ear, you can't filter a higher power truth. I call it God's truth. It will go right through your senses. The reason why you feel it is because we're all one. There's zero separation. It's actually impossible. You can't. Think about it. It's the only thing that science, physics, and religion agree on. A subatomic level, everything's one. Your body's a frequency. Yeah. Truth raises the vibration. That's why you actually get the goosebumps. Yeah. Right?
That's huge. I mean, that's a point that maybe we got to double down on at times, because you're right. The filter, perception, beliefs, life experience you have filters your perception of reality. But what you're saying is, if I'm hearing you right, what you're saying is you can't filter that vibration.
You can't filter truth.
So even your background, your experience, that's why people could be, addicts, they could be having drug problems, depression, anxiety. But when they hear truth, they feel good.
100%. Yeah, it's raising the vibration, raising the frequency.
That's good, man. That gives me goosebumps right 100%. There, man. It's like,
and going back, like I say, I hate to call it out how it is, but that's why the entire system is designed to keep us living externally. Yeah. It's big business.
You know what's interesting, though? Like, I know there's a lot right now, especially politically, conspiracy theories and things like this. This is not what we're really talking about. What we're talking about is, and we're not even necessarily saying a person doing this, all of your environment, everything around you has just been built and conditioned to do this, to keep you at a different vibration. That reticular activating system of the brain, where once you we get millions of thoughts. Right. How do you sort through all that? Your experience, all that kind of stuff. But that's why when you focus on something, you can attract it into your life, because that reticular activating system helps you to look for it. So when you are aware and you do become aware, like you've said, of these types of things, you're seeing that. You're not letting things pass you by. You're recognizing, I guess the point I'm trying to make, you're recognizing the things that are working against you, because now you're aware of the things working against you to change your vibration.
Let's pretend we're in a giant movie theater. Okay?
Yeah.
You have the huge movie screen.
Yep.
And then a huge stadium.
Yep.
Okay? So 99.9% of the world is living in the movie screen, which represents the system, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you need to realize is that you're not your thoughts. If you're your thoughts, who's the one observing your thoughts? Who's the one listening to your thoughts?
I love that.
That's who you are.
Absolutely. You're the observer of your thoughts.
You're the consciousness, that soul. You're the essence of the divine in a shell of a body having a physical experience. That's who's observing the thoughts, right? So I'm going to tell you who you are. I'll tell you who you are, and then I'll tell you who you really are. And then we'll go to the movie screen.
Okay, cool.
So who you are is how you were raised, and through the information that you've gathered, which builds your intellect.
Yes.
So everything you know from A to Z.
Right.
And then you have all your memory and all your experiences that only George has gone through.
Right.
Good or bad, right?
Correct.
You put your intellect and your memory together, it creates the ego. Your name, your race, your faith, all your titles and labels, the way you view yourself and the world, good or bad.
Right.
And then every day on a daily ritual, you look in the mirror probably about this far away, and on a subconscious level, you're 100% programmed that you're George.
Yeah.
Well, if I'd have took you at 2 and put you in India and you were raised Hinduism, you'd be a completely different person from A to Z.
Got it.
So therefore, you're not you, right? You're a product of the system. And going back to the system, it's designed to keep you in a box, very small box, designed to keep you underwater, designed to make you feel broken.
Yeah.
And the reason why there's an establishment, a system, because it's 100% designed to keep you from tapping into who you truly are. Now I'll tell you who you truly are, George.
Yeah, that's good.
So from 0 to 7, you're in theta. Theta is right below consciousness. You can't hit consciousness till you have programs to be conscious of. That's
true.
why a child's imagination is so big. That's why
you're
you
building it up to that point.
100%. That's why you don't see race. That's why you don't. A child can fall down and they get right back up and they're happy and they love
Things don't bother them at all.
100%, because they're not programmed.
Yeah.
Right? There's no ego.
Yeah.
Right? So you could go anywhere you want in the world, and you could take a child, you could put them by themselves, or you can put them in a large group, and you can ask them, how many guys are going to change the world? Every child full-heartedly raise their hand, right?
Yeah.
They'll raise their hand. If you ask them, how many guys love life, love each other, and love yourself, every single child will raise their hand.
All of them,
Well, guess what happens if you go 6 years to the junior high? There's no hands.
Oh, junior high is a
Now
whole different
imagine
deal.
if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, you've been so programmed by the system, you've lost all touch of your natural state.
Right.
Your natural state is pure light, pure love, limitless. That's why biblically God says, come to me as a child, because that's God. Pure light, pure love, limitless, right?
Right.
So now, moving forward, so you got the movie screen, right? 99% of the world is living in the system, right? All the programs, right? So for example,
they're watching programming. I think that's key. That's like they're being programmed.
Well, they think it's them. So like, for example, real quick, let's break down the way the conscious mind and the subconscious mind works. Best way we could break it down. If you talk to a Muslim, a Jew, a Scientologist, a Baptist, a Jehovah's Witness, if you talk to any of the, not just the members, the devoted members, they would lay their life down for their beliefs, which is powerful. Anybody devoted to their faith is powerful, right? But my point is how can that be when they're all so radically different? Easy. If you understand the way the subconscious mind works, anything that you put your focus or attention to on a daily ritual over time will burn the subconscious mind so deep it'll create a belief system from the inside out. It says, this is my truth. It's called a testimony. A testimony means anything can happen in your external reality and it would not waver your testimony. Just like how you believe that you're George. Remember, 95% of your life, probably more, is ran by your subconscious mind, which creates the programs, creates the habits, which creates the belief systems, which ultimately manipulates your external reality. Well, what don't they teach us about the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference at all between your internal reality, your imagination, or the external reality. I'll give you a couple examples. You go to sleep at night, you have a dream. Not only mentally, but literally every fiber, every tissue in the body on a cellular level believes the dream's 100% real until you wake up consciously and shake it off. A more powerful example, one of the leading causes of deaths right now in America, right, is suicide. Suicide's caused by depression. Well, what don't they ever teach us about depression? Depression is because you're living in the future or the past with the imagination. Well, guess what? The subconscious mind creates your belief system. It creates your external reality. You can't tell the difference between imagination or your external reality. That's why depression is actually so lethal. It's not only mentally, it's every fiber, every tissue in the body on a cellular level. You're actually manipulating it yourself from the inside out, and you can't even realize it or to understand it because you've been programmed a certain way to think that you're of the flesh, you see? That's why we live in a system where everybody's running around with their head in the sand on a subconscious level. That's why depression is so effective in today's society. We're living in the 20th century. How is this even possible, right? So close your eyes. Go to your bedroom back home at your house. With your imagination, walk into your bedroom and just look at your bed and make your bed made perfect. You can see it, right? Okay. Now say your full name, but say it from within where only you can hear it. You could actually yell it from within.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You hear it, right? Okay, one more. Imagine yourself as a little child. Think back when you was pure light, pure love, limitless. We didn't have no programs. We could walk into your bedroom and you could turn your bedroom into absolutely anything you would like with the imagination. Go back to that mind state, and with the imagination and the emotions, just fill your entire body full of self-love like a little child. Obviously, if you focus, you could feel it. You focus more, you'd feel it more, but you get the point, right?
Yep.
Okay, so open your eyes. So you just spoke without using your mouth. That's not your mouth or your brain.
Right.
You just heard without using your ears, not your ears or your brain. You just seen without using your eyes, not your eyes or your brain. And you just felt emotion, 100% out the brain. You know what that is? That's God, that's the soul. So the way it works is if you speak it from within, and when you speak it, you hear it. And when you hear it, you see it. And when you see it, you feel it like it's 100% real. The subconscious mind thinks it's 100% real. The subconscious mind manipulates your external reality. If you start to do it on a daily ritual, you'll actually start to burn the subconscious mind, which creates a new program. Where over time, every fiber, every tissue in the body will say, this is my truth. And what happens? Everything's one on a subatomic level. You start to do it on a daily ritual, you start to attract the people, situations into your life to make it materialize into reality.